Hello everybody, welcome back to a new video. Today we are doing the NFL Week 5 predictions in this video. And a lot has happened in the season so far. We are into Week 5 and it's chaos. This season of the NFL, or going into Week 5, it's already chaos. The Jaguars are 0-4. Bengals continue to have their rough starts. The Bills are they were 3-0, got demolished. Kansas City's not playing the best of football, and they're 4-0, and everything is just crazy. Jared Goff is catching touchdown passes everywhere, and it's crazy. But anyways, we're gonna get right into this video. And for teams that we're not gonna talk about, you've not seen my other videos from last year. Basically, I put it bye week teams at the top, and we just don't talk about them at all. So that goes for your Philadelphia Eagles, your Los Angeles Chargers, your Detroit Lions, and your Tennessee Titans. We will not be talking about them this week. But some of these teams really needed a bye up there, and mostly talking about the Titans and Eagles. But yeah. Anyways, starting with Thursday Night Football, which is on tomorrow. This video will probably be uploaded by like 12 a.m. So, because it's 11:30 p.m. So I would guess it'd be uploaded by then. But first, you got the Buccaneers taking on Atlanta Falcons. The Buccaneers, they demolished the Eagles. They did not tolerate anything that the Eagles defense was sending at them, and they just won. Baker Mayfield looking good again. And the Buccaneers are just an up and down team this year. They've been getting some good wins. Honestly, the Buccaneers have been a really good team this year. Except for the loss to the Broncos, which is kind of a very rough loss to take at home to Bo Nix. But, yeah, the Buccaneers, apart from that, they've been looking good. As the Atlanta Falcons won by just field goals and pick six. A pick six and field goals, which is crazy. I mean, how does that even happen? And Younghoe Koo gets a 58-yard attempt to win the game. And they beat the, who was it? Dang, I forgot who they played. The New Orleans Saints. Yeah, that's right. Both of these teams, honestly, this is a really good game, and I think this is gonna be a big part of the division right here. Therefore, I'm gonna give the edge to Atlanta. And this is why. I just think Kirk Cousins is just going to have a phenomenal game on it, or have a good game out of nowhere. It's on prime time. Probably shouldn't bet on that, but they have the Atlanta Falcons defense is so good. They should be able to get after Baker Mayfield and try to lock up some of those weapons, try to double cover Mike Evans all night, and then do all that fun stuff. And I think the Falcons will come up with a win. I have them winning 23-20. Should be a nice close game. Should be a good Thursday night football game. And yeah, we'll see. We'll just see what happens. In the next game, you got the Jets at Vikings. So the Jets losing to the Broncos 10-9, I believe the score was. I think they had nasty rain weather from like the hurricane and all that has happened in Florida. Or just from rain in general. But, I mean, the Jets, that was a bad performance, man. And if you guys hear anything in the background, those are babies we have right now. We're taking care of somebody else's kids for now. So, if you guys hear any noise in the background, it's probably them or my parents. But, yeah. The Jets had an awful performance on week 1. And then the Vikings are 4-0. What is happening? The Vikings, Sam Darnold just keeps on looking good, man. A lot of that game was from the defense, though. They've got 3 turnovers from Jordan Love. And, yeah, the Vikings are just a pretty decent team, I guess. I mean, Sam Darnold, that's such a weird situation to be in now. You got Sam Darnold playing so good right now, and then you also got J.J. McCarthy for next year. And it's going to be interesting. Maybe they might start Darnold more. It's like, we'll see. We'll see what happens. There could be a big collapse. I just go 4-13 now. I don't think so, but I do think the Jets will take a loss in London. Pardon if it's not London. I'm not sure. I think this game was in London. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I totally forgot. I thought it was like one of those. I think it's in London or Germany. One of those. I think it was London. Pretty sure though. But yeah, I'm gonna take the Jets here to win the high-scoring game, 34-26. I just think the Jets really need a bounce-back game. I think their defense is really good. I think their offense can be really good, and the Vikings defense, you gotta admit it. Everybody's defense that has been good in a season, it has to let them down a little bit sometimes. So I think Aaron Rodgers has a big game in Minnesota, or London, I should say. And yeah, Jets win. Next game, you got the Carolina Panthers and the Chicago Bears. The Carolina Panthers playing the Cincinnati Bengals at home, and thankfully they lost. So the Panthers on this hand, the Panthers, okay, hold on, just a weird team right now. They were gonna start Bryce Young to figure out what he has in him, and Bryce Young has not been good, but Andy Dalton has came in and has actually looked like a decent quarterback and also got them a win. And also put up a hard fight against the Bengals, but honestly, Andy Dalton with this Panthers team, they could actually shock some people, and I believe in the Panthers. Chuba Hubbard's been pretty good and playing amazing and all that fun stuff, and I believe they can do what it takes to play hard football here. And the other side, the Bears, I don't know about the Bears this year, man. I mean, honestly, let's face it, Caleb Williams has been honestly overhyped because he's a rookie. You guys got to understand. I mean, they've just started him. They should have started Tyson Bagent, not going to lie. Just so that he can look at what he's done for a couple games and then, but I mean, you can't really complain when you're 2-2 at this point with a rookie quarterback that you've started from week 1. He's had a good games. He's shown what he can do. He's just now he's gonna have to develop. He's developing slowly. The Bears defense is pretty good, but I have a pick that might shock some people, and that is I have the Carolina Panthers beating Chicago here, 20-17. I think Andy Dalton is not that bad. Honestly, he's played pretty good. He's played decent. He's been serviceable, more serviceable than Bryce Young. Honestly, Bryce Young, I don't know, man. Maybe start him next year. Maybe give him like a couple games next year. And if he still sucks, honestly, cut it. Just cut it, Carolina. Just completely just get rid of that. Just completely, yeah. I mean, I don't know about that situation, but I gotta take Carolina here. I like your weapons. I like your offense. I actually like the defense a little bit. But, yeah, Carolina gets the win 20-17. Enough yapping about them. We got the Cleveland Browns taking on the Washington Commanders in Washington, D.C. And this is an interesting football game because the Browns completely sold against the Raiders. And let's face it, Deshaun, this is your final season with the Browns, honestly. I mean, I don't know why the Browns, got rid of Joe Flacco. They should have just started him for the whole season again. Because the Browns' defense is still good. But, I mean, losing to the Raiders, just how it ended at the end there of that game, the Browns really should have won that game. But they didn't, and they're also another 1-3 team. Now, to flip those numbers, which is Washington's record, which they are 3-1, with Jayden Daniels. Jayden Daniels is playing out of his mind. He's running all over the place. He's throwing all over the place. Zaccheaus had a good game against the Cardinals. Not only did they win against the Cardinals, they demolished the Cardinals. And this is so weird. Never thought the Washington Commanders would be 3-1 right now. There's no way this is happening. The NFL is so weird right now. honestly, the Vikings and Commanders should not have the records that they do, but since quarterback play is there, it's working out well. So, and I am really sorry, guys, if y'all can hear that in the background. I'll try to listen, see what happens. I'll try to fix that. But yeah, I mean, I gotta be really loud right now. I'm talking so loud so y'all can hear the babies crying and that. But yeah, honestly, for this game, I don't know why I did this. Might put a foot in my butt. This could be putting my foot in my butt, or this could be the actual normalized pick on the end of the day. So I am gonna take the Cleveland Browns to beat the Commanders, just because the Commanders. Let's face it, they've played some bad defenses. The Bengals. I'm not saying the Bengals defense is bad, but they perform terribly against them. Um. Um. And then you got the Cardinals defense. Not really shocked they really put up points against them. I expected them to put points up, but I thought the Cardinals defense would actually be a little bit better, But that was kind of a letdown game from the Cardinals. That was I mean, yeah, man. But I'm gonna take the Cleveland Browns here to get the W, 16-21. I think the defense will get to Jaden Daniels enough. I think he's still gonna prove stuff in that game though, against Cleveland. But I also do not trust Cleveland's defense to actually do anything. I mean, they are playing the Commanders' defense. You got to put that in consideration, too. But I really just do not like Deshaun Watson. Nobody does. They should have kept Baker, man. I don't understand why. But, yep. Next game you got Dolphins at Patriots. The Dolphins coming off that horrific loss against the Titans. Tyler Huntley did not look good, but yet was only on the team for 2 weeks on the practice squad, matter of fact. And honestly, for Dolphins fans, they're just waiting for Tua to come back. I mean, maybe they're not waiting for Tua to come back. Maybe they're just waiting for Tua to retire and then also just wait for the end of the season. I don't know. I don't think Tua's going to retire, though. He's already made his decision. He's on the sidelines. He talked about how he's going to be in games or how bad he wants to be on the field and all that. I mean, that's his decision, not anybody else's. Meanwhile, you got the Patriots. The Patriots are just a bad team, man. The Patriots, they played a hard first 2 weeks, and then after that, they kind of been really sluggish on offense, which we've expected. Kind of wonder if they're going to start Drake May against the Dolphins. I mean, that would definitely give them a bigger advantage to this game. But let's face it, this is not a good game at all. Honestly, this is the battle about two teams, but if I had to go with the team, I'm going to have to take the Dolphins here because, they've got weapons still. Tyler Huntley, I bet, he's going to be practicing with the Dolphins. He's going to get used to that system. So I do believe in Huntley more than Brissett. So I am going to take the Dolphins to win 19-17. Next game you got is Colts at Jaguars. The Colts beating the Steelers. Thank you, Colts. I love you, Colts. Thank you so much for beating that stupid Steelers football team. But yeah. But it also comes with something bad for Indianapolis Colts, and they have got Richardson hurt again. And it's kind of a letdown that he's hurt again. I'm not sure how bad it is. He might be able to play against the Jaguars. I don't know how. I didn't see what the injury was. They said something about a hip injury, but he tried to come in the game. I think he's only like day to day or something. He might be good to go for this game. If not, Joe Flacco's playing. And yeah. And the Jaguars, they're 0-4. I don't know what they're doing. They almost had that they almost had the Texans number at that game. That's why that game was a really back and forth game for me. I was gonna pick the Jaguars, but it was like, do I really trust them being 0-3? Now I was like, okay, I'm just gonna take Texans, which is a good pick. But yeah. Let's face it, the Jaguars are not good, but I think they are gonna get the W here. I just feel like the Jaguars are really due for a win here after all them struggles. I think they're going to try to get back on track. It's probably going to be really impossible being 0-4. But the Jaguars, they are going to find some wins. They do have pieces on their team still. Just got to see what Trevor Lawrence does. I'm not happy with this pick, but Jaguars usually have the Colts number. Anthony Duval. So I am going to take the Jaguars 28-20. I'm not sure about the Richardson injury. And Joe Flacco's not really mobile, so yeah, I'm just going to take Jacksonville for a safe pick. Then the next game, you got the Bills and Texans. The Bills coming off that big blowout loss to the Ravens. Bills fans almost got shook after Josh Allen was really slow to get up after that one play. And yeah, Buffalo, that's a little bit scary to see your Bills get destroyed like that after being 3-0. But honestly, just because the Bills were 3-0, I think they're gonna have a little tiny downfall. I'm not hoping they have a downfall, but I think it's gonna happen. They're gonna start having some losses here, just like usual. You know, if they do this every season, then they still make the postseason. So I would not be surprised if they make the playoffs. But I really don't know about this Bills team, man. Honestly, their offense has looked really good. But, I mean, who knows? We don't know what the Bills are going to do. Their defense is still questionable. Their offense is not as questionable as the defense, but still is a little questionable. Because, you know, if a receiver gets hurt or something, that hurts the Bills team really bad. It's kind of... The Bills offense reminds me of the Cincinnati Bengals offense. If somebody gets hurt, it's going to be a little bit of an issue. So, like, it's like the Bills and Bengals cannot, like, deal with another wide receiver injury. Like, we had Higgins out, and we went 0-2. But, I mean, that didn't really put a factor into the game, though. It was really the defense that kept letting us down. But the Bills, the defense definitely let you down, and the offense also did. But the Texans, on the other hand, they beat the Jaguars. C.J. Stroud looking phenomenal. I saw his passing yards. He had a lot of passing yards. So I assumed he's had a great game. No interceptions, I don't think. And C.J. Stroud, man... You know, it's kind of a letdown. The Texans are not what the Texans I was expecting to come out of this year. But they had a really slow start to the season. You know, still had a good record, but, I mean, they're just now getting together. Mixon obviously getting hurt was a big loss, too, so that's part of the reason why. But, anyways, this is a tough game to predict, and I am going to put my bets on Houston here. I've got them winning what's a good score? I got them winning 27-24 in overtime. How about that, Bills and Texans? That should be a fun game. It should be a really fun game to see who comes on top. Both these teams have quarterback play. It's almost like Burrow and Allen. But, you know, we still got to see more out of C.J. Stroud still. We'll see if he can, you know, maybe take his Texans to the Super Bowl. I mean, they are classifying them as Super Bowl contenders, and I honestly think that too. I mean, they're not a bad team. They have a really good roster. Their defense is solid. Their offensive line is solid. Their quarterback play is really good. Their wide receivers are amazing. The running game has been good, but Joe makes an injury, obviously. But yeah, I'm going to take the Texans here, 27-24 overtime. And let's get to the big game here. The Ravens coming into Cincinnati and taking on the Bengals. Let's talk about the Ravens first. The Ravens absolutely destroying the Bills. Just absolutely. And I knew that was a good pick because I had a feeling, you know, something tells me, okay, when you have a good team that's a little record, and you have a really good team that's a higher record than them, what do you think's going to happen? You really think the Bills are just going to go in there and beat the Ravens? Them being 1-2, and the Bills being 3-0. That just looks like an upset right there. Even if the Ravens had a really good roster, especially if they do, I mean. But yeah, that was a good pick for my part. Obviously, Lamar Jackson having a good game, but the biggest one of them all, Derrick Henry having 199 yards rushing. I was kind of rooting for him to have his 200 rushing mark, but they didn't give it to him, so that stinks for them. But they got the win. They got the blowout win against the Bills. And Ravens fans are feeling it now. They're back to 2-2 We've seen this story from Cincinnati. We've seen this story now from the Ravens. See what they can do against the Bengals, which the Bengals played Carolina. They won. Their defense letting a lot of big plays happen still. That first drive really scared everybody. But stopping Chuba Hubbard from going in the end zone. First play, and then after that, the Bengals kind of controlled that game, etc., etc. And yeah, we beat the Panthers. Offense, still amazing. The offense is really impressing me. I mean, they've been putting up really good points, except for that Week 1 game, I will admit. The Week 1 game was a little bit really sluggish start for our defense and defense kind of played a little harder than what they've usually played now. But yeah, playing a tough Ravens team, Burrow almost got hurt. That scared me, man. He got rolled up on his ankle, and that really scared everybody. That sent a shock to my heart, bro. Oh my god. I saw him got up, and I was like, oh, you freaking kidding me. But thank God he's healthy. He's not hurt. He just got a little smushed on his leg, but I mean, okay, this is going to be a big pick here because I believe in the Ravens. I believe in the Bengals. I really don't hate the Ravens right now. But now, I don't know, man. This game is interesting. The Bengals, for them to get this win, their defense. This is the biggest thing. The offense, we already know the offense can play. They're going to have to show up too against the Ravens. But the biggest thing is the defense. That's the scary thing. That's the scary thing. Will the defense show up? We cannot afford to go 1-4. That's going to be really bad if we go 1-4. We're at home. And give me the Bengals in this game. I have the Bengals winning 20. Let's see. I have them winning 23-16. Derrick Henry, there's no way he goes for another 200 yards rushing. I think the defense bounces back here. Has a good game. Gets Cincinnati to win. The offense plays just enough to beat the Ravens. And both teams will go 2-3. Which won't scare any one of them. Won't scare the Ravens or us. Because once we're 2-3, we know we can do stuff now. But, we'll see. I'm taking the Bengals, though, 23-16. We'll see how that goes. Ravens' defense should be good against Cincinnati's offense. And then also the Ravens' offense. This is kind of a balanced football game, too. Burrow, in my opinion, is better than Lamar Jackson. Joe Burrow is more of an accurate quarterback. Very more accurate quarterback than Lamar. And yes, Lamar has more rushing ability than Burrow. Burrow also he can still rush. I mean, not really much different there. And Burrow's actually been playing really good. It's just been the passing yards from Week 1. They kind of hurt everything. And the losses too. But yeah, Bengals get the win. Raiders at Broncos. This is a disgusting football game. The Raiders slipped away against the Browns. Got really lucky. No Davante Adams. No Max Crosby. Dre Tucker. And the run game was actually decent for the Raiders, for the most part. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I think Davante Adams is coming back for this game. Correct me if I'm wrong. Not sure. And I think Max Crosby will be too. It's like the Raiders will be back to normal after this. But yeah, Gardner Minshew, he's really let everybody down this year. And then the Broncos, they got the win against the Jets, even though it was disgusting football game. Bo Nix, I swear, dude, every time I see Bo Nix play now, it's like, okay, he'll go for like 14 for 26. No, he'll go like 12 for, no. He'll go like 18 for 26, but like have 70 passing yards. Like he just does not pass. He just does not do yards. It's crazy. But I am going to take the Raiders here. More talented players than the Broncos have. Not really by much. I'm gonna take the Raiders 20-7 here. It's gonna be an ugly football game, but yeah, Raiders get the win here in Mile High. Next game, you got the Cardinals at 49ers. What a game this should be. The Cardinals getting demolished by the Commanders. Letting the defense, honestly, was the biggest part of this. Just let them down. The offense looked like it was going to be good, and they kind of gave up because the defense was just horrendous. I mean, we don't expect the Cardinals defense to be that good anyways. They don't got really much going on there. And then the Cardinals, or the 49ers, what did they do? I forgot what they did. They beat, hold on, let me check my book. Hold on. They, I forgot who they played. Y'all help. Okay, yeah, they beat the Patriots. I think they demolished them. I remember the score. It was like 13-30. And that's pretty much it. I mean, the 49ers were not going to lose that game. This should be a fun game, though. I don't really got much to talk about for the 49ers because I didn't really see that game. I didn't see really much about it. I just saw the score. Once I forgot about it, I probably did. It's probably now 30-13. Possibly. But, I am going to take the 49ers in a high shooting game, though. After what happened, the Cardinals defense, I think it still continues here. But after this, I think the Cardinals defense will get a little bit better and hopefully learn from their mistakes. But I got the 49ers winning 37-31 in overtime. But either way, 49ers win. Cardinals will put up a big fight against that defense, which is going to be crazy. Should be a really fun game in San Francisco. Hopefully, I would like to see the Cardinals put up a fight. Next game, you got Giants at Seahawks. The Giants, dang near beat Cowboys. Malik Neighbors, I think he was hurt. I'm not sure if he's playing for the Seahawks game. Malik Neighbors had a good game, though. And Malik Neighbors is going to be a star, man. He's really going to be that key piece. Daniel Jones hasn't been playing the worst of football, but he's also not been playing the best of football at the same time. He's played average at best. And for the Seahawks came just short against the Lions, losing 42-27. Or, 35, 34, something like that on the lines of that. I think it was 27-42, though. And the Seahawks really did put up a good fight. Their defense did not play good. Also allowing Jared Goff to catch a touchdown pass, which I think was sick. I saw that play and I was like, woo, that was crazy. But yeah, I am going to take the Seahawks here to get the win, 24-15. Weird score, honestly. And yeah, I give me some. I want to see the Giants be happy, but this is not gonna be happening. They gotta play us next after this week. So yeah, Seahawks win 15-24. Next game you got the Packers and the Rams. The Packers. 3 turnovers from Jordan Love returning in that game. And yeah, that's pretty much it. He played good, but he had a lot of turnovers, did not get them to win. Nearly came back from a 28-0 deficit, I think. And then the Rams, yeah. I mean, the Rams, I don't know about the Rams, man. I mean, everybody's injured and all that. That's kind of sad. They lost to the Bears. They're 1-3. They're looking for another win. The Packers, they're looking for another win. They're not trying to go 2-3 to start the season, even though injuries were a big factor into being 2-2. And yeah, that's pretty much just it. I am going to take the Packers here, just because of all the Rams injuries. If they were healthy, I honestly would take the Rams. But I really don't know how long Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp are going to be out, so that's another factor. I'm going to take Packers to win. this is going to be a weird way they win. So, the Rams are going to score a touchdown, right? It's going to be 24-17, right? The Packers are going to go on the field. They're going to go score a touchdown. They're going to go for 2, and they're going to get the win. 25-24 Packers in a close game because I believe in Stafford, but I also don't think they're going to get the win here. Kind of a crazy finish. But, this is the NFL. Anything can happen. It's a good prediction. Next game you got is the Cowboys at Steelers. The Cowboys just getting enough to beat the Giants. And honestly, their defense is letting us down. The offense isn't playing that good. And the Cowboys, I said they were going to have a good regular season. They're not really doing that. Honestly, is this a curse where they're going to have a really bad regular season, still make the playoffs, and go to the Super Bowl? Could it potentially be? Nah. Cowboys they say it's their year every year, and it's not going to be. Meanwhile, the Steelers played really good against the Colts, but came down short. Justin Fields is developing into a good quarterback, and that's really not good for us. So, yeah, the Steelers, I'm sorry, but I think the Steelers, they're going to start seeing some losses here. And one of them is going to be Dallas. I think Dallas, this is a get back on track game. I have them winning on Sunday Night Football 27-13. Should be an interesting football game. I just don't think Pittsburgh has the weapons, honestly. I mean, it's really that bad. I just don't like the receivers. I don't like none of that. So yeah, that's all. And then the next game you got the Saints at Chiefs. I have the Saints. Man, I have the Saints and the Chiefs game. Interesting, man. This is gonna be a weird game. The Saints losing to the Falcons in a odd way. Just a weird, odd way. Just losing by a 58-yard field goal. Almost got the W, but instead fell just short. And Derek Carr, they've had that explosive offense for only 2 weeks, and then it's kind of slowed down like I've expected. Everybody thought they were going to put up 40 points a game. Nah. We know how they are. They're going to take a little bit slow down. They're going to play like a normal football team again. They just had to beat up all over Carolina and Dallas. But, yeah. Well, everybody said it was week 2, and everybody thought they were going to be a Super Bowl contender. I'm like, nah. But I think they could be contending for a playoff spot, though. But they're taking on the Kansas City Chiefs, which Rashee Rice is hurt. Rashee Rice and Pacheco out for a very long time. And honestly, if you're a non-Chiefs fan, you like to hear it, but you also want them to, you obviously want them to be healthy. But everybody's tired of the Chiefs winning, and that's just going to reduce their chances from winning unless they pick up some crazy receiver again. Which everybody will cry, but they still got Juju Smith-Schuster, they got Worthy, they got Kelsey. Kelsey came up big in that Chargers game, and it's weird because the Chiefs, they haven't been playing the best of football, and they're still getting the job done. They're 4-0, and we'll just see what happens with the Chiefs. But I do have a Monday Night Football upset, and I got the Saints winning 24-16. I think losing some of those weapons is going to affect them. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So, anyways, guys, that's the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed these predictions and picks. Sorry, I was yapping a lot of this stuff, but, it's football, baby. You love to hear about it. Anyways, make sure you all like and subscribe. Comment down below what you think about these picks. Comment what your favorite team is and all that little fun stuff. And maybe you'll get taunted. Maybe you won't. Anyways, nothing less, guys. Everybody, peace out.